Welcome back to Late Listening. Today we are talking about...
地球儀
I don't know what that means. I think it has something to do with Kenshi Yonezu and his worldwide hit song from the movie The Boy and the Heron, which is the newest Ghibli movie. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. In English, the song is called Spinning Globe. So let's get into it. So, talking about Spinning Globe, this was a really interesting song. I was kind of... I had different feelings about the song as I listened to it. At first, I kind of felt one way, and then after I listened to it a few times, I sort of felt a completely different way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to know that because I think this is one of my favorite songs by Kenshi Yonezu. I'm such a fan of him.
I was just going to say, you are a big fan, whereas I am not so much.
Yeah, so, but he's still slowly making to the West as well. He's doing the theme song for Final Fantasy, I believe, or, this global Ghibli movie and Ultraman movie and all kind of stuff. So, he's really, really hot right now.
Well, he was already breaking through even, 4 or 5 years ago. He had that song Lemon.
Yeah.
Which was, it was a worldwide hit also, but it was, of course, it's sung in Japanese. So if you live in an English-speaking country, you may not have heard it, but it was a giant song in a lot of countries and dominated the charts for a long time. So he's been on the upward trajectory for a while.
I guess this is our first Japanese song that we talk about here. Right?
Sugar Plant.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sugar Plant.
That was the last episode.
Sorry.
This is the first song in Japanese.
Yeah, okay.
That we talk about.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to know what you thought of this song.
Okay, well, I have some things to say. The beginning of the song is interesting because the bagpipes are there.
Yeah.
Which you don't usually hear bagpipes in a song.
Everybody likes to talk about bagpipes.
It's a unique choice,
Yeah.
There are 2 songs that I like that have bagpipes in them. One is Chutes and Ladders by Korn, and the other is The Fields of Athenry, which is a cover song by the Dropkick Murphys. Anyway, so bagpipes, very unique choice. And then the choir that comes in, is that his voice?
I don't think so.
It's like it's a choir, or do we know what that...
I guess I can look.
Check the notes of the actual liner notes.
Well, yeah, this CD comes with this entire how do you say photo?
Yeah, there's a whole book.
Photo book.
It's a CD single inside of a photo book, which is incredible.
Yeah,
with information about the recording process, and it's a beautiful piece. We'll show it at the end of the video, so you have to wait.
Recording this. It's not credited. Okay. So I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, that kind of, I don't know if you call it choir, but the backing voices kind of reminded me of Bon Iver a little bit. Like he was the first person in the indie rock world that I remember that used that kind of thing, where he would do a strumming acoustic guitar and there would be these humming voices in the background, and I think that was all his voice. But anyway, so that I was just trying to put this in its place, like bagpipes, humming, choir. What is this? But then his voice kicks in, and his voice is so remarkable. Kenshi Yonezu doesn't really sound like a J-pop singer. I feel he has a deeper voice.
Yeah, he does.
And he has a really unique. I don't want to disparage the J-pop people, but he can sing really well. Yeah, he's a really good singer.
Yeah.
And in this song, he has this kind of intense delivery, which I thought was interesting because the song itself is really pulled back. It's just piano.
Yeah.
Basically, it's at
minimal.
first.
Yeah.
But then he's pretty I don't want to say aggressive, but he's kind of intense. The way that
He's passionate, I
he
suppose.
delivers those vocals quite intensely for such a laid back song. You didn't think it was intense?
No, I didn't. But it's a
But it builds to intensity though.
yeah, sure. It's an epic story, and then
It is an epic
I mean
story lyrically.
the Ghibli this song was made for the Ghibli movie, so it fits. You haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet because I couldn't watch it without subtitles.
Yeah,
It's very
so-
difficult for me.
Yeah, so the movie is very, very epic. It's not even about just this lifetime story. It's beyond that. It's about multiple generations. It's a universe, and it's like it's life. It's death and life, and it's just a much more epic theme. So I think that's why this song also has that kind of intensity, I suppose. You sensed. But to me, verse is very quiet and it's calm, and it takes its own time to tell the story. Of course, I'm
does.
understanding what he's saying too, but it's and then versus chorus is much more intense to me. It moves along. The
does.
verse is like kind of sitting and reserved. You're understanding this like epic story, like how he got here on Earth.
Yeah, yeah,
And then on chorus, he moves.
right.
The music moves, and so I see the comparison like very extreme. And also,
that makes
I'd
sense.
like to note that the verse for the time signature wise is really, really, really interesting to me. And that's why I feel like it's taking its time to tell a story at first, because it's basically 4/4, but then there's like 2/4, I believe. I haven't looked at the score, but I think 2/4, that these two extra beats are between these 4/4s. And so da-da-da, one da-da-da, so that extra two beats are there.
I see.
So that makes me really digest, take my own time to digest the story.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like da da da,
Yeah, right.
It doesn't like
Yeah.
hurry
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It takes the
Which like modern songs do that. Like,
yeah.
it's
So
like,
dun, dun,
no
dun,
space.
dun, 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 one da da da. That
Yeah.
one breath really like gives you the moment to really soak into the story.
that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's why I love this, because it just goes naturally. You don't even notice those like extra beats are there, but it's there.
Yeah.
And so it kind of slows down in a way. So okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then at first he talks about like how before he was born, like how he came here is what he talks about. So it's really epic, and also it's touching. In my opinion, so it's really nice. I love that. I love the mindfulness.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I see. Well, that goes into something I wanted to say too, which is the space
Yeah.
of the song. Like, I've heard some Kenshi Yonezu songs. I haven't heard a lot of songs like you have.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I like about his music is there's all these little like ear candy.
Yeah.
Where it's like this little like synthesizer sound, or like his vocal like burp, or like
Yeah.
these little
Yeah,
things
yeah,
just
fun
going on.
sounds.
And when you
Yeah.
when you wear headphones, it's this like constellation of like color behind the music, where like these little things are just happening. And in this song, I mean, everything is stripped away.
Yeah.
Everything is stripped away. It's just piano, his voice, and a little bit of kind of accented, like there's that choir or the bagpipes, and then of course the drums kick in when the chorus comes in. But I guess the ear candy of this song would be the creaking piano.
Yeah.
If
Yes,
you
yes.
listen with headphones
Yes.
on, if you listen carefully, you can actually hear the piano. I don't know if it's the bench or it's the pedal or it's all of those things, but you can hear a creaking.
Yeah. Probably the pedal.
Here and
Yeah.
there throughout the song, you can hear this creaking.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's the ear candy.
Yeah. He has to have it.
Yeah, he's got to have that little thing that's like makes you go like, oh yeah, there's something else in there.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's really stripped away.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of songs, I mean, pop songs are fairly simple, but a lot of, modern day music is really, it's busy, it's like overcrowded, and it's like, even when it's quiet, there's like things going on.
Yeah.
But this song really has like that space. And so the fact that there's an extra 2 beats, like adds to even more space.
Yes.
And it really stretches out. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't know there was an extra beats, but at the same time I could feel that just the emptiness.
Yeah.
Which is sort of it sort of makes it, as a listener, you feel more intimate in a way. Like you almost feel like you're in the room with him.
Yeah.
Or something, because it's like his voice is right
like
there.
He's telling you the story and you're just taking it in.
Yeah, it's like piano and his voice, and then the creaking of the real piano.
Yeah.
Not the keyboard.
Right.
Which is also amazing. I love the fact it's a real piano, because I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I suppose it's analog. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, not only it's a real piano sound, but then it's creaking,
Yeah.
And then his voice, and it's like, you really feel like you're sitting next to him on the piano bench, like listening to this incredible song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. So I want to ask you a question about the bass, if you even can answer the question. In the verses are basically just his voice and piano.
Yeah.
And then I think the second verse is his voice and piano, and a little bit of that the choir or whatever. But
words are busy.
Yeah, but the chorus has this cool drum. I couldn't tell what the bass was or what it was doing. Is it like a synth bass? I couldn't really
I think so.
It's barely there. It's like a synth pad or something.
Yeah.
Like under the drums.
Like before you asked me about the bass, I don't think I was even paying attention to bass. I think, it comes in with a chorus.
It comes in with the drums, I think.
Dun. It's like, I think it's 2 times in a measure, maybe. Okay. Like, it's a very, it's not like moving around.
It's like, not moving, it just
lays down the surface.
It's so low in the mix. Like, even with headphones on, I was like, what is the bass doing? And I was just like, I know there's bass in there, but I was wondering what it even was. Like, I don't think it's a real instrument. I think it's some kind of synth,
I think so.
Synth bass. They just put it like, you said, just kind of like,
lays down
as something
prairie.
Prairie. Yeah, sure.
That's what I imagine. And for him to sing.
For him to run.
Yeah, run.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the chorus. So I wrote down. Usually I pay attention to lyrics, but in this case, I was I was really trying to listen to the music. I'll talk about the lyrics in a little bit, but I felt like the chorus, without even knowing the lyrics, it really seemed to lift. It seemed like he was gonna fly or float.
Yeah, he just so amazing to be able to show that, like, express that with a sound. It's just. I mean, like, artists. That's why they're called artists, right? Like, musicians are called artists. But it's just so amazing.
They like paint a picture in your mind, man.
So amazing to be able to do that with a sound. Like, you feel it. That there you go.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's a really cool, like, the way the drums kick in is amazing, and I actually wanted to say about the drums too. It kicks in, but at the same time, it's spaced out enough. It's almost like a heartbeat.
Oh, sure.
I felt like it was like sometimes it gets a little more complicated, but the core of it is like this heartbeat.
Oh, I can see that.
That just comes in and punctuates.
Yeah. And then is there.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
And then it, of course, it builds as it goes
and
along.
it fits with the lyrics, because it will get like you're feeling the wind, like against the wind.
Yeah.
But then you're starting to run or walk.
He's starting to run.
So you can really feel the wind.
Yeah.
That sound, like, I don't know why, but you can feel it. Like, you can feel it. You're with them.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was saying at the beginning of this video that when I first heard the song, it didn't really grab me. I was like, okay, it's a nice ballad, And then I listened to it, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 times, and I thought, this is actually really interesting, and it started to pull me in. It started getting stuck in my head, the melody, and it's that chorus. It's that when the chorus kicks in and you kind of launch. I started going back to that moment again and again, and I'm like, man, I really like this. I like how it just kicks in like that, and it just, you feel like you want to jump and like almost like fly with him, And then in the second chorus, he says, the first one is, he's going to catch the wind. He's running and he's going to lift off. But in the second chorus, he talks about he's singing in the rain and he doesn't care who's watching.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that also like feels like that epic quality. It's like the rain's coming down and he's just like singing. My first impression was like lift or like flying. But I was like, I could see that too. Like if there was a music video where he was like getting like in this like rainstorm and he's like singing, like that would actually fit too, because it's so dramatic and it has that again that pushing forward, and it's like I feel like it works either way. Okay.
I can look at it here.
Yeah, let's talk about the lyrics. You can check the lyrics in the book.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, I love all the words.
Yeah.
I take it as a literature. Like this is literature. So
it's poetry. Yeah. No, I think so too. It's.
I love all the lines. What made such an impression on you?
Well, talking about, poetry, like pop songs don't usually have like poetic lyrics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're just lyrics.
Yeah.
It's generally a love story. It's a breakup song. It's a, that kind of thing. And for this one, I just really liked, I'm not going to read all of the lyrics, but I really liked these simple things. And actually, I gotta say this as someone who doesn't understand Japanese well, is when I watch the music video on YouTube, you can do the captions and you can read along. But if you take the lyrics, the Japanese kanji, and you put it into like Google Translate or something, it's actually different. It's different than the YouTube captions. The English is different. And so it's like, so I wanted to actually ask you about this because I have like two different translations.
Oh, right. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I don't want to get too nerdy and like, this is a video about a song, not about linguistics. But anyway, so I want to talk about the second verse. I really liked. He says, "Hikari ni furete, kage o nobashite."
Yeah.
Sara ni sora wa toku. And so, hikari ni furete, touch the light? Okay. Because anyway.
Yeah.
Kage o nobashite. I know this one. That's, so, but the translation, I don't know how to say this in English. Kage is shadow.
Yeah.
O nobashite. So, stretch the shadow or the shadow stretches? What's your impression there? And then on YouTube it said the shadow extends.
Yeah.
Which of course, as the day gets longer, the shadows extend.
Shadow extends.
Okay. So touch the light, the shadow extends.
Shadow extends because you touch the light.
Okay.
I think.
Link it together. I see. The shadow extends because you touch the light. Okay. See, this is why I need you.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Already I was like, this is very poetic, but if you put it that way, okay. The shadow extends because you touch the light. That's incredibly beautiful. And then sara ni sora wa toku, as the sky gets further away. I love that. Is that right?
Yeah.
As the sky gets further away.
Yeah, I know. Gets far.
The shadow extends because you touch the light as the sky gets further away.
Yeah.
Man, like, how cool is that line? Those lines.
I know. That's why I'm saying this is literature. Like, this is like the life, like you touch something beautiful, some like love, this thing these things that you experience in life. The more you experience the light, also the shadow extends. Yeah. It's always together.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's always a set.
Right.
You can't take just.
You can't have one without the other. Yeah. No,
yeah, but then the sky gets farther away, and that's how we feel, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. I marked that down because I was like, this is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the third verse. So I was talking about the second verse. Now let's go to the third verse. The very sad lines, I think. Boku ga aishita ano hito wa dare mo shiranai tokoro e itta.
Yeah.
Which would be, that person I loved has gone somewhere that no one knows. Is that right?
Yes.
That's okay. So that's like, that's anything. It could be death. It could be an ex-lover. It could be just someone that you used to see you don't see anymore, or
Yeah.
it could. Who knows what that means? But it's like, that's such a core fundamental feeling in life. Because we all have those people that either are, that are gone for some reason.
Yeah.
Whatever the circumstances are that they're gone. But they're gone.
They're gone.
And I just love that.
Yeah.
The person that I loved has gone somewhere that no one knows.
Yeah, this makes sense more if you watch the movie too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like some scenes from the movie and
Sure.
then, yeah.
So some of these lyrics, I'm sorry to cut you off there. Some of these lyrics you think are based on the movie or
Yeah.
the story?
Yeah.
Okay. That part I
Yes,
didn't know.
based on the movie and also just a Ghibli's theme itself.
All of the Ghibli
Yeah.
movies, yeah.
It sounds-
Miyazaki then, basically.
Yeah. This the line that you just talked about like really sounds like this
It sounds like death.
that world.
Sure.
But I think it's more actually.
What could be more?
Because it's not just two worlds, this world and that world.
Yeah.
And then maybe there are more worlds. So.
You're going to play with the multiverse now, are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, no.
Hero movies have educated everybody, right? So like we can all accept this.
Not only have they educated us, they've beaten us over the head with it to the point where we're like, no more multiverse, please. Although,
Yeah.
if Ghibli does it, if Everything Everywhere All at Once does it, there are good examples of it, but it's just few and far between. Okay, so I want to talk about something that I don't like.
Oh, okay.
And then I want to talk
That's
about
interesting.
something that I love.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like one lyric or one image
okay.
of this song, and that is the spinning globe.
Hold on. The title?
Yeah, the title of the song.
The title?
I dislike it. I don't hate it. I dislike it as a... Thinking of this as literature, thinking of this as poetry. This image, to me, in translation, doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the rest of the song. It doesn't fit the imagery, and it doesn't fit the story. I feel like his wish to sort of reach everyone made him write something that was global, or something that was like a humanity, or this kind of image that he kind of pushed in there into a song that I think it just doesn't work for me.
Okay.
And I wonder how you take that, especially in Japanese, because of course in Japanese it would all fit better than I'm reading in translation.
Here's a little episode in the interview he talked about that.
Please
actually.
tell me. Yeah, I have no idea.
And he always respected Mr. Miyazaki because he's a god of animation.
Sure.
And he
We
is
all
such
do.
a fan of Ghibli.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
You're right.
But then like Ghibli really spoke to him, and he saw the documentary of Miyazaki, and he was spinning the globe, literally in the documentary.
He was just spinning a globe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that image stayed with him, so he named this song that.
Okay. That's really cool, and that's a great reason to choose the image.
Yeah, but I also can stand behind that because the movie has a lot to do with a reincarnation,
Okay.
karma, generational, this kind of spiritual
Yeah.
feeling to it.
Yeah.
These things that we are really never sure about.
Sure.
And
We're never sure. Sure.
yeah, we're never sure about. No, no one can prove anything. So in that way, just having this life, this our each life, and then we are here on Earth, and as you just still spinning, it goes. The whatever happens to us, like good things, sad things, life, death.
Well, sure. And there are, the darkness becomes the light, and everything's continuing, and the road, he's going down the road, and I wanted something a little more like something you can kind of interpret in your own way. But I just like that kind of poetry, I guess. I don't really want things to be handed to me and say, this means this.
No.
But I like the fact that there was a documentary with Miyazaki spinning a globe. Yeah. I didn't know that.
So, yeah.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, but it's a beautiful song. It's beautiful lyrics. I just wanted to talk about that one piece didn't work for me. Let's talk about the thing that I absolutely love the most. Of all of the lyrics, I loved the line in the second chorus. この道が続くのは続けと negatta kara.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
This path, or this road, I don't know which you would say, this path continues because I wished it would continue.
Yeah.
That, I gotta be honest, like, I kind of got misty-eyed.
I know, me too, right? Like, why does it really get people? I have heard other people talking about this too.
This path continues because I wished it would continue. How beautiful of a line is that?
know.
How beautiful of a sentiment is that?
I'm so glad you think so that too, because at first when I heard this song, I was crying.
Yeah.
Because I was moved, and I was telling you,
Yeah.
like, this line and blah,
Yeah, I
but then
remember.
I think at first it didn't really strike you.
Well, I mean, I was like, oh, it's a beautiful song, it's a beautiful line, and then
I
go
love
on
this
with whatever
line.
I was doing.
I know, I love this line too.
Check. Yeah, but I mean, I sat down and I spent time with the song, and I listened to it, and I read the the translation. I was like, this is really beautiful, and I did feel moved, but I didn't cry and I didn't feel misty-eyed until I read the line. I was saying the line, the person that I loved has gone somewhere that no one knows, and I was thinking about friends of mine who have passed away or whatever, and I was feeling very emotional. And then later, it's like, this path continues because I wished it would continue. And I was like, ah, it just hit me.
Yeah.
It just really and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so beautiful. And
Yeah.
so, it's kind of like it's almost like fate.
Yeah.
But it's like you're making your own.
No, you're making
Well,
it.
it's like your will.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like fate, like your own, you're making your own destiny. Like you're doing what you're doing, you're going into it. Kind of almost like you could stop it, you could choose another path,
Yes.
but you're kind of stuck, almost like continuing this path because
Yeah.
you've chosen this, whether you like it or not. This
Yeah.
is your responsibility. This is your
Yes.
decision.
We have I think a lot of us have done that in life, but we didn't realize that we have done that.
Right.
We once thought maybe not.
Yeah.
We maybe thought maybe not.
Yeah.
But then we chose
Yeah.
that would continue at one point. I
Yeah.
think that's why it speaks to a lot of people.
Well-
but then we didn't verbalize it. Like
Right.
he verbalized it.
Yeah. Well, it's a line that can be taken in so many ways too.
Yeah.
It's like, the people that scream about, like, I blame my job, I blame my, the people who have been cruel to me, and I blame everything around me, my circumstances and whatever. But after all, you are doing this.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
you are your life.
Yeah.
You've chosen whatever you're doing. If you don't
yeah.
like it and you're blaming others, then you should change it. But you're doing this. And then at the same time, it's also like to me, not to get like really dark, but like, if you have thoughts of ending your life, or if you have thoughts of, those kinds of thoughts,
Yeah.
but you still go on and you choose to live.
Yeah.
And you choose to get sober, or you choose to,
That's,
get rid of the things that don't serve you. It can
Yeah.
also be that too.
I know that's what I have meant.
Yeah.
When I said like maybe not, we all probably thought maybe not carrying on.
Yeah, I knew what
Yeah,
you meant. Yeah.
so-
I just meant like it's such a simple line, but you
Yeah.
can take it in so many ways. You can apply it to so many
Yeah, yeah.
situations. It's
I
so
know.
beautiful and
It's
so
so
simple.
beautiful. And then like this is what it is. Like life is as simple as that. Like you decide to
Yeah.
go on or not.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right. Life is as simple as that.
Yeah. It's kind of like cruel simple.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my favorite line in like, if I had to make a list of like cool lyrics, that would be on there.
Yeah, I
honestly.
know.
Like,
That line really spoke to me as if it's a line from a famous poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have, some of my favorite poets and these lines, but yeah, this is really
yeah.
makes it. Yeah.
I mean, this song, I feel like this song, you could take the lyrics out of it and you could print them on a page, like in this beautiful book, and
Yeah.
you could just read it as a poem and
Yeah.
be like very moved, and
Yeah.
you don't even need the beautiful song that it's attached to. But of course, that just brings it to a whole new level.
Yeah. My gosh.
My goodness gracious.
Yeah. Yeah, and then going back to the music itself.
Yeah.
I really like in the the verse is pretty much 4/4, but then in chorus No, chorus. No. Chorus, it's still 4.
Okay.
And in the bridge,
Yeah.
it becomes 3.
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah.
And
Which is the waltz time.
it's which is really strange. Like so this song has every time signature 4 to 3.
Right.
Still works.
Yeah.
For some reason. And then like usually in music when you change the time signature is when you want to shift, when you want to change something, mood or this like movement, the energy, when you want to move it, then you would change it. You'd change the key, you'd change the time signature. But for this song, not for that reason, because it doesn't really feel like it. Like I think a lot of people don't even realize, oh, it became 3, it became 4. Which is a really like a huge difference.
I didn't realize.
It goes smooth.
Yeah.
This I don't know any other songs that would go this smoothly.
Yeah.
When time signature changes,
Yeah.
and I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of intrigues me, like
Yeah.
how, like why and how.
If I sat down and I counted, I might have noticed the bridge, maybe, but I definitely would not have noticed the 2 extra beats that you were talking about in the verses. And I love that bridge, actually. That was the last note that I had was he talks about, I'm not sure in the translation, but going back to the lyrics, hitotsu sabishisa o kakae boku wa michi o magaru.
Yeah.
Carrying the loneliness in my heart, I turn the corner. Even though it's Michi o Magaru.
Michi o Magaru. Turn the corner.
Okay.
You're walking and then turn the corner.
Okay. Michi o.
Michi o Magaru.
I thought Michi was a road, so okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way we say it and you say it is a little different.
Yeah.
In English and Japanese, but yeah.
Well, and so I wrote down, this is a true bridge.
Yeah.
It's literally the bridge of the song.
Yeah.
Verse, chorus, bridge.
Yeah.
Chorus. But to me, it's actually a bridge.
Yeah.
Because he's turning the corner.
Yeah. I know.
And he's going on.
Oh, isn't that just perfect?
And I thought to myself, this is the bridge of the song.
Yeah.
And he's reaching, he's like going to the next thing.
I know.
Almost like crossing a metaphorical
and
bridge.
Then did you notice that 僕は道を曲がる and then
Yeah.
the
little piano.
As it,
yeah.
like, so what did he see? Turning the corner, like,
Sure.
what did he see?
Yeah, I see that.
And then chorus comes in.
Yeah,
But, like, that,
it's hopeful.
Spark in the life.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe I take this corner, like, see what happens.
Well, for a fairly, I don't want to say dark song, but it has that darkness to it. It does also have that hope.
Yeah.
And that like kind of uplifting.
Yeah, I know.
Again, the lifting, like I'm gonna fly above the rubble.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna fly above the.
Yes.
I'm gonna sing in the rain.
It's a hopeful song.
Don't care about who's watching. Yeah.
And
it is a hopeful song.
It's hopeful because it has darkness.
Right.
He embraces everything. He has a loneliness. He's a sorrow. He went through all these things.
Yeah.
But then he still. It's not like he rejects those and like only focus on the positive thing. He just embraces everything.
Yeah.
And go. And that's where the beauty is, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The acceptance of life.
Yeah.
Makes you so strong.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you want to show the book a little bit?
Okay. This CD comes in this like book form. I'm not really sure if like the regular CD it might be available. I think I got this like first edition.
You're so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Show the spine. Either one. Yeah.
Count like this. Yeah.
We're professional YouTubers.
And then you can just.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that with the gold.
Heron.
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It looks like a old literature book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can.
It's like a storybook or something. Yeah.
CD.
There's the single.
This CD has only one song, the Spinning Globe only.
Mottainai.
Yeah, and then all kind of picture photos. I shouldn't show.
There's a few photos of him recording, and then this is at Ghibli's park or something.
Yeah, so the production of this movie slash song, Mr. Miyazaki and Yonezu's thing is
Their collaboration.
collaboration. Is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Nice.
This is the poetry words lyrics. I like how this is like kind of like this reminds me of like a Showa era like literature like
Yeah.
book.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
There's some sketches. And,
Yeah, so it's like it's an entire book, like an art photo book.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. That's really awesome.
I think he drew this something like
Yonezu
that.
himself drew that.
It was something. I think.
That's cool.
We just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will listen to Spinning Globe, or the Japanese title,
地球儀
Chikyugi by Yonezu Kenshi, or Kenshi Yonezu.
Yes.
Yeah. We really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.